Welcome to another Sui video. It's your boy DXB Crypto. Been away for a few days, but back with a banger. So stick around. If you love the Sui blockchain, if you are a Sui maxi, or even if you're not, okay, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and let's effing go. Let's go to get some of this alpha. Xociety, one of the best games on the Sui blockchain, has just launched its own token. Okay, this is very, very bullish because I do love the Sui blockchain, and I do definitely love this particular game. I think the UI and everything else looks absolutely smashing. Currently trading at $2 million. Xociety token has dropped, ladies and gentlemen. In addition to that, DeLorean web3 ecosystem on the Sui blockchain, $10 million market cap. Okay, this is absolute insanity. The DMC token has dropped on the Sui blockchain, guys. And this is one of a kind, in my opinion. This is a collector's item, of course, not financial advice, because it's low float, high FDV. And you can see here 2.7 billion out of the 12 billion tokens are out on the open market. But Sui is building quietly, and I do believe Sui will be one of the best blockchains in terms of overall mass adoption, account abstraction, low latency, Sui X1 Play, Xociety. You've got all of these things building on the Sui blockchain right now, and of course, you've got Momentum and other finance DeFi protocols that are growing massively. But to be honest, I'm not excited by DeFi protocols, but I am excited by things like DeLorean launching their own. Welcome to the DeLorean web3 ecosystem, and this is the first on the Sui network, of course, and this is really bullish, absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Nero in there.
Who are you?
What a trailer. What a James Bond 007 delivery, man. That is ridiculously good. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I think, again, between Xociety, I mean, look at these partners, investors, guys. These things are going to do really well in the Sui blockchain. Again, don't listen to no one. Always do your own research. Of course, I can only show you what's happening in the background. But why do I think Sui is so bullish? What do I think it's going to do in the short term? I'm going to talk about all of these things, guys. Smash a like for the video. Of course, a lot of research goes into these. So beyond Web3, what is Sui doing right now? Well, ever since the Cetus hack, it's been quite silent on the Sui blockchain, okay? Things have been rather calm, and of course, the reason for that is very much straightforward. That is because the entire market is shit, and as a result, Sui has been consolidating, dropping down with the market, and so on and so forth. So, Sui also has another new project called S-Launch, okay? So we talk about Navi protocol, Hadil protocol. We talk about Bluefin, Turbos Finance, Cetus, Walrus, and Debook. Debook and Walrus are the two largest market cap coins. But these other new, smaller cryptocurrencies, it's just worth not buying them, but pay attention to what's happening. And again, S-Launch is not something that I'm familiar with, but DeLorean certainly And of course, the Xociety tokens are incredibly something that I think will do really well. I think this is a brilliant time capsule. And again, DeLorean.com, you know if you know, right? You know this if you know this. This is absolutely legendary. So let's continue with Sui. What else is happening with Sui? Well, Navi Protocol is focusing more on lending and borrowing. Okay, so when we look at the Sui DeFi ecosystem, one of the things I like doing is just going by, let's go by TVL first. So biggest protocol, Sui Lend, 14%. And then you've got, of course, Navi Protocol, that is market cap to TVL ratio, that's undervalued. Then you've got Bluefin, Hado, of course, Scallop, Cetus, AlphaFi, and then you've got one that I've done really well with, and I can show you right now if we click on the change on the month. So Cetus, after the hack, has recovered 118%. Then you've obviously got FlowX Finance. I've introduced the world to that. I did a video about it, and I did a buy alert on it. Look what it did in terms of the last 7 days, 1,250%. Of course, then you've got Turbos here with a TVL of 21 million. And then, of course, it's all mixed. But overall, why am I looking forward to Sui going absolutely berserk? Well, here's a chart for you. Of course, you've got to always look at the numbers. Now, Sui has come into a weekly demand zone. You can see here massive order blocks of buys. Now, what tends to happen is Sui, last time we got into it around the lows, which was around that 70 over here. I think it was over here, yeah. Around 70, 72 cents over here. Since there, we did like unbelievable move that was almost a 7x from the bottom. Now, I do believe a 230% move is coming up for Sui from these lows over here to that box. It is absolutely going to be rocking. Now, why do I use that? That's because that's the bottom of that wick, was the dip price for Sui, and that was around $1.6768. So it's already tapped that liquidity. So that next move will allow Sui to flip support at $5.50, and of course, then go nuts from there. Now, I do believe people have crazy targets for Sui this cycle. You don't want to be a fool. You already know how crypto is a scam. Of course, it's not a scam if you know what you're doing and you're dedicated to it and you're here 24/7. But for most people, it's very difficult, and you can only gather the information that's given to you to make what you have to. And I have to admit, sometimes, information is not always great. But if you look at the cold hard facts, Sui has bottomed, and from here, you should do at least 230% in a very short space of time. Not tomorrow, not next week, because there are resistance levels to clear along the way. As you can clearly see, there is resistance here. Of course, there's going to be resistance here, and so on and so on. So you have to take that into consideration. Don't be, don't be an idiot that just goes off by price predictions, but make sure you understand fundamentally why a particular chain will be bullish especially after consolidation and being down for a long time. Now, my verdict is this: if any of you is down on their altcoins, just remember this: altcoins will not move until Bitcoin dominance crashes. Bitcoin dominance may go up to 73%. We may end up seeing one last huge or two last huge flashes. You got that? Understood? Capiche? Finish? Okay. So what do we do then? Why are we holding spot? Well, if your entries are not horrible, like many people, what you can do is take some profit and sit on stable coins longer than sitting on altcoins. But since that's not going to happen, and it's way too much work to do that, then you only have one option to survive this critical time. What's that option? Get your DCA bags, get out of anything that you don't believe. Just get out, build conviction, and just buy what you need to buy and wait for liquidity to return in the markets, because you're going to do absolutely fine. Of course, today, crypto had a bit of a, GDP growth in the US is down. And overall, we had some options expiring as well. So yeah, I hope you like this Sui video, guys. Smash a like. DeLorean and Xociety are now live. And of course, I will bring you more Sui Alpha as and when I can see. Go to the channel links in the description to support us. Get yourself Nansen AI to track wallets. And of course, get a Tangent if you need one. But I'll see you on the next one.